Topic of my today's talk is operations strategies. When we start any organization, we start any business, or we are running any organization, we have a roadmap in our mind. That is what we are going to produce, in what way we are going to produce, what is our objective, where are we going to land after say 10 years or 20 years, what are our competitors doing. A lot of questions are there in the mind, and we are going to give answers of that so that we can stay in the market, we can survive in the market. So all these questions which needs answers are going to have some sort of strategy, which we say these are operation strategies. So when we are going to have some operations strategy, first thing start that what is the vision of our organization, or what is the mission of our organization. You see, when we are running an organization, there are two aspects. One is that what are we going to do today, and what is going to be the future of that organization, and the actions which we are going to take today, these are going to translate into what our organization is going to be after a certain period of time. So you can say that vision and mission, the major difference between the two is that vision is going to be for the future, while the mission is for day-to-day work. So you can say that vision statement describes the desired future position of the company. That is what you want to have for your company after a certain period of time. While in the case of mission, it defines the company's business, its objectives, its approach to reach those objectives. So when you are going to combine these vision and mission, these are going to give the company's purpose, goals and values. So these are going to say that you are combining vision and mission to provide a statement for the company's objectives. For this vision and mission statement, I'm going to give you the examples of certain large companies which everybody knows, and these are in the life of generally the common man which are going to experience. For example, the Google is there. Their mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. It is their mission, and the vision is to provide access to the world's information in one click. So what is their vision? Vision is that all the information is available at a certain place, and but who is requiring to use that information, he is going to click a button and that information is available to that fellow. So how are you going to do that? The mission is this, that day to day you are going to collect information, all sorts of information you are going to have with you, and then that step-by-step configuration is going to lead towards the vision of that organization. Another one is the LinkedIn, which is a very, very professional profile, professional type of enterprise. There you are having a lot of persons having their information, their biodata, their skills, their address, etc., etc. You can surf that LinkedIn to get the right type of people for your organization or for your work or any type of work which you want to carry out. So their vision is to create economic opportunity for every member of the global workforce. It is their mission. That is, they want to include each and every person of the workforce to their website, to their enterprise, so that you can connect to the work professionals to make them more productive and successful. That the platform is going to be there, where each and every workforce is available. This is going to be the vision, and to achieve this vision, the mission is going to be you are going to connect all the professionals which are in the world. Third one, you can say the IKEA, very common name as far as household furniture, etc., furnishing products are concerned. In this, the vision is to create a better everyday life for many people. This is the vision for that. That is, they have their organization, and their objective is everybody is going to taste the fruit of, you can say, a better life, fruits of a better life. How can you do that? This is going to be a vision, and their mission is going to be, they are going to offer a wide range of well-designed, functional home furnishing products at prices so low that as many people as possible will be able to afford them. Means that every strata of life is able to select the product of his depending upon his capability, and when he is going to use that, their objective is going to be filled, that is vision is going to be filled, that for each and every one the products are available in the market. So now you can say the strategy. You can now define the strategy. So you know that what is the difference between the vision and the mission, and how this vision and mission, the two are correlated. That is, both are dependent on each other. That is, without mission you cannot achieve your vision, and without vision you cannot have your mission. So these two are going to have a combined approach. Only then you can achieve a certain vision for your organization. So how can you define this strategy? Strategy means that you are having certain plan of action to carry out that task. A particular task, the desired task, you are going to plan that strategy. Generally, when the word strategy comes into picture, we generally go towards say some sort of military action type of thing is going to be there. The word strategy is generally spoken in military terms, and we see that if some strategy is going to be there, it means some sort of very sophisticated thing is going to take place. No doubt is a very sophisticated thing. No doubt is a very important thing. Unless and until you are going to plan your strategy, obviously you are not going to meet your objective, and the demand is not going to be fulfilled. So the strategy is the direction and scope in an organization. That is direction and scope. That is, in what direction you are going to move, whether it is going to be a vertical direction, whether it is going to be horizontal direction, or any direction the company feels so, you can achieve the desired objectives only when you know that in what direction you have to go. This is the direction and scope of an organization over a long period of time. That is, it is day-to-day task is going to be carried out and for a long period of time. And in what way you are going to do this? It is prepared keeping in mind the resources available to meet the changing market requirements and to meet the stakeholders' expectations. Two things are going to be there. That is the resources and the stakeholders' conditions. So this is what the strategy is. And when strategy is there, you are going to take as a whole what the strategy is. So it is going to incorporate different types of strategies. Broadly, we are having three types of strategies. One is the corporate strategy, another is the business strategy, and the third one is the functional strategy. As the name indicates, the corporate strategy, it is going to be developed, it is going to be resolved at the highest level. It means those persons who are at the helm of affairs, those persons who are running this organization, those persons who are responsible for day-to-day, that is, this organization should have its vision fulfilled, they are going to plan this corporate strategy. There are four pillars. One is resource allocation, another is you can say organization, the third is strategic trade-off, and the fourth is portfolio management. These four pillars are of the corporate strategy. So you know in what way the resources are going to be allocated, in what amount is going to be there as far as the workers are concerned, what amount is going to be there as far as the physical resources are concerned. Similarly, the organization, whether you are going to have head office and different corporate offices are there. If suppose you are having your business is flourishing and you want to increase corporate offices instead of say 4 to 5, so you have to see that in what way you have to work. And like you can see today's scenario, in the case this COVID problem is there. So in this type of situation, you are going to reduce the corporate offices. So instead of the n number of corporate offices, you are going to have n-2 corporate offices. These are the decisions which are going to be taken at the corporate level. You are having this third one is the portfolio management. This corporate offices or head offices when we are talking about, these are related to this organizational strategy, or you can say organization, in what way the organization is going to be. Portfolio management is going to be there. How are you going to have your different strategies of this company? Similarly, the fourth is strategic trade-off. What strategy you have to adopt so that you are going to give reply to your competitor. Second one is the business strategy. In the case of business strategy, these are the decisions which are taken by the divisional managers. That is, what are the resources, what are your strengths and weaknesses, what is the competitor's strategy, how are you going to meet that strategy, in what way the process are going to be carried out. These are the decisions which are taken at the middle level, that is business people or business strategy is going to be there. Business managers are going to take these decisions, and accordingly these decisions are going to be implemented. The third one is the functional strategy. This is at the lowest level, what way the operations are to be carried out. Say production department is there, financial department is there, inventory management is there, etc. These decisions related to these aspects, the functional manager is taking this decision, and these are going to be carried out in the plant itself. So you can define this operations strategy as all decisions which shape the long-term capabilities of the firm's operations and their contribution to overall strategy through the ongoing reconciliation of market requirements and operations resources. So here, in the case of this operations strategy, these operations shape the long-term capabilities of firm operations and their contribution to this overall strategy. That is, what operations are going to carry out. These are going to have an impact on the long-term strategies, and two things are to be seen here in this context, that is reconciliation of market requirements and operation resources. Market requirement is a must. That is what the market demands and what are the operation resources are there. Accordingly, you are going to act. Then sometimes what happens that operations strategy is confused with operations management. A vast difference between the two is. In the case of operations strategy, it is in the case of operations management, it is the day-to-day activities which are carried out to produce goods and services. And here in the case of operations management, operations manager is responsible for managing these resources. The difference which you can take here, if suppose operations strategy in one column you can see, here in the case second operations management is this. Operation strategy is for long-term capabilities, while the operations management is for short-term capabilities. Major level of this you are going to have this operations as macro level of complete operation. It is in the case of operations management, it is micro level of operation. And when you are having operations strategy, it is thoughtful policy decision. And in the case of operations manager, it is firm steps towards completion of the process. That is, operation strategy is a broad type of term, while in the case of operations management, you are going to see in what way you are going to produce your products and services. So, operations resources are going to have an important bearing as far as operations strategy is concerned, because you are going to plan a strategy on the basis of the resources which you are going to have. We have this tangible and intangible resources, we have operations capabilities, and we have operations processes. As far as tangible and intangible resources are concerned, tangible is the physical type of resources, while in the case of intangible resources, that is, these are non-physical, like copyright is there, patent is there, etc. These resources are there. Operation capabilities, you can say that alignment of processes resources and technology is going to be there. These are going to be termed as operation capabilities, while in the case of operations processes, that is different processes which are required to carry out the production of goods and services. On the basis of these two resources, on the basis of these three, that is tangible and intangible, operation capabilities and operation processes, these three aspects are going to give you the way on which you can decide that what may be the strategic decisions. These three you have to take in combination so that you can decide what is going to be the strategic decision. The market perspective of operations strategy, that is, as we have seen in the case of definition, that operation resources and market perspective, these are the two things. So when we talk about this market perspective, the customer needs are there, market positioning is there, competitive action is there, customers needs are there. You are going to have the need of the customer built in your product, so that the product which you are making, which you are producing for the customer, it is a sort of value for money for the customer. Market positioning is this, that what the competitors think about your position. That is what is going to be the position of your product in the market, or what the customer feels about your product in the market. That is what the market positioning is. And when you are making this performance objective to be decided, that is market perspective, you are going to see competitor action is very, very important. In what way competitor is going to act, whether it is in what way he is going to increase the customer base, how he is meeting all the requirements. So based on this, the customer needs, the market positioning and the competitor action, you are going to decide about the performance objective. Different types of performance objectives are there. This may be quality, this may be flexibility, this may be reliability, dependability, cost, etc. It is operation strategy is the strategic reconciliation of operation resources with market requirements. Operation resources, on the basis which we have discussed just now, on the basis of that you are going to take a strategic decision, while understanding market, that is what the market wants, in what way the market is moving, whether the product is needed by the customer in greater demand in the near future, or the market is going to be stabilized. On the basis of that, you are going to decide that what is going to be the required performance of that product. So you are going to reconcile the two, operation resources and processes, depending upon the market understanding of that. But this operation strategy you are talking about, bottleneck is also going to be there. That is operation resources at one end and the market requirements are other. These two are the totally different things. Operation resources, whatever resources you are having, it is very difficult to change them. Technical constraints are there and multifaceted. A large number of if and buts are going to be there when you talk about it. And the market requirement is this is dynamic in nature. All the time the demand of the customer is changing. All the time the requirement is going to change. All the time new products are going to come into picture. The diversity is going to increase, and it is unclear that in what way, in what direction the product is going to move, or in what way the market is going to behave in the near future. So you have to see that in what way these operation resources and market requirements can be reconciled, so that this operation strategy is going to work for a long period of time. So strategic reconciliation of market requirements and operation resources, you are going to take strategic decisions and the desired performance. Strategic decisions, it is going to be based on the capacity. What is the capacity of the organization? What is the supply network, process technology, and development and organization? In what way these are going to behave? And the desired performance, the cost, Cost is the criteria of the performance. Whether cost is going to be very high or cost is going to be very low. Sometimes you need to have low cost for your product. Sometimes the cost remains to be constant depending upon the market conditions. Quality is another performance criteria. You know that when you purchase a product, say of a product of Tata Enterprise, generally you think that the quality of that product is going to be good in comparison to other brands available. Similarly, flexibility is there. Market, you can change the requirement depending upon the requirement of the market. Say in today's scenario, when the COVID is there, Mahindra & Mahindra, Maruti, etc., they have changed their operations in such a manner so that they can produce ventilators at their organization. So this is what the flexibility is. And dependability is that you are dependable, that the product is going to perform in a nice manner, in the required manner when you are going to purchase that. Just for example, you can see that earlier 20 or 30 or 40 years back, it was the four-wheelers. You were not you cannot depend on that maybe it may not work when you are going on a long journey. But nowadays you can depend on your four-wheeler that it is going to work in a fairly nice manner for a long duration of time because of the technology, etc. So these are the different desired performance criteria as far as your product. So strategic planning, now you have a broad definition of this. You can say the process of thinking through the current mission of the organization and the current environmental conditions facing it, then setting forth a guide for tomorrow's decision making and result. So strategic planning you are going to carry out thinking through the current mission of the organization. Means what is the mission of your organization today, and on the basis of that you are going to say what are the current environmental conditions. That is, two things are there: the current mission of the organization and the current environmental conditions. Then setting forth a guide for tomorrow's decision making. On the basis of current environmental conditions and the current mission of the organization, you are deciding about in what way the organization is going to behave tomorrow. We can say that when we are going for operation strategy and when we are going planning for a strategy, you have to keep in mind what is the scenario as far as today the mission of the organization is concerned. And when you see this mission, the organization, the environmental condition is, that is the environment or the policies which are there, whether these are going to supplement the mission of the organization or not. Based on these two things, you are going to plan the strategy for the future, and accordingly you are going to decide in what way your organization is going to run or going to meet the objective of the organization. Thank you.